Hey folks, Segasonicfan here, and today I'm been working on the Onkyo stereo cassette tape deck. It actually doesn't tell you the model number on the front, it's on the back. And that model number is TA-201. If it'll zoom in, come on, focus for me, brother. And I believe this is from the early 1990s. This is a cassette deck I'm fixing for a friend. And what was wrong with it? Well, this crazy manufacturer decided to not include a fuse. Really bad idea with electronics to not include any protection. Not only did they not include a fuse, I'll say I added one here, this red inline fuse, this red wire. They also did not include a metal oxide varistor for surge protection, an NTC for inrush current, or any kind of power supply filtering whatsoever. It just goes directly to this brick. There's a big chunky switch, and that blue thing is just a capacitor because, of course, when you hit this switch, there's going to be an arc because it's an AC switch. And that's it. And then you have your AC output there, which then gets rectified and onto the rest of it. Super dangerous. The wires here, it actually melted. When I got this from the person, because of the lack of a fuse, it basically melted the wires and then eventually melted the inside of this. What's crazy is they seem to have gone to extra lengths, knowing this didn't have a fuse, by wrapping a wire around the terminals so that even when they caught fire or they started melting or whatever, they wouldn't fall off the terminals. It's kind of crazy. I know they do that with power supplies, but anyway, it all works now, and it's good to go. So just a quick hack info tip for those with these old cassette cassette decks. Maybe it's useful, maybe it's not. Honestly, if you can't find a replacement one of these, which I'm pretty sure you're not going to be able to, you can check the rectified output voltage. I have a feeling that this is just going to be a plus and minus 15 volt situation. Although I could be wrong, it could be producing other voltages. That's always the annoying thing about having to replace a transformer, but sometimes you get lucky and it's just like plus or minus 15 that it's being rectified to. You can check these caps and this one, maybe 3 voltages. And sometimes you can get lucky and you can put in other capacitors, or sorry, you can put in a class 2 power supply and do some voltage conversion with some buck boost topologies. One other thing I was going to mention, which is the rating on the fuse. So this is rated at 16 watts, which means it's taking 120 volts for North American and consuming about 0.13 amps, 130 milliamps. So ideally, you want to get a fuse in here that's 150 milliamps. I don't have that, so I'm using a 200 milliamp. I'm sure it will be good enough. Oh, and lastly, when you're going to do anything like this, make sure you have yourself an isolation transformer when you work on AC mains. Very important. Also, make sure you don't touch stuff and die. Also important. This is my isolation transformer, big chunky brick, and I don't do any AC main stuff without it. So, just a little safety tip for you all. Hopefully this video is useful. I don't care if you like, I don't care if you subscribe, screw all that. But if you want to leave some messages, I love hearing from folks. That's always cool. But I just make these to help people. Have fun hacking and learning and repairing. This is Segasonicfan, signing out.